programs, loyalty programs based only on economic incentives, monetary discounts are not those that can create durable advantage, because they don't modify behavior, and if they modify it only slightly and temporarily. So competitive advantages are only created by programs that differentiate themselves through a reward management and through a customer relationship management based on the big data. And so let's have a closer look on that now. So improve the drivers of loyalty program effectiveness. So let's come back to this conceptual framework. It's important to work on the input, the design characteristics, that is reward time, queue compatibility, tangible and intangible rewards, which can be monetary based or economically based, can be hedonistic based, relationship based, information based, and functional based. These are the drivers for loyalty program management, which we will see now more in detail. So again, if the utilities are higher than the cost, then you will achieve efficiency profits, that is change of behavior. The real challenge is our effectiveness profits, that is to offer better value propositions due to better customer knowledge that is gathered by the loyalty program, and value alignment, that is better resource allocation according to customers, that is according to customer lifetime value. But there are some differences that might impact, or moderating variables that might impact efficiency, namely consumer expectations, because consumers are not expecting the same rewards. Consumers do not expect money. They might also expect pleasure, hedonism, relationships, or social recognition. There's heterogeneity in customer expectations. Different markets. In some markets, loyalty programs are certainly more efficient than in others. So, for example, less competitive markets, and there are sector differences. We will see that in service, so for example airline or hotel sectors, loyalty programs work better than in grocery retail. And so it is important always before applying a management tool to see which are the sector characteristics that might impact positively or negatively the efficiency of the management tool, including a loyalty program. Smaller firms have probably less efficient programs than bigger firms. It is important to see which are the factors impacting positively or negatively loyalty program efficiency, so efficiency profits, effectiveness profits, and value alignment. It's important to look at the rewards that are offered by the program, to adapt the rewards according to different customers. And this is what customers expect. Because all customers have different purchase orientations. In other words, we are motivated differently when we go to shops. Some are motivated to make savings. So one motivation might be to optimize the budget and to have savings in the program. Some customers want to have fun when shopping, so have hedonistic motivations. Some are really searching for games, sweepstakes, and funny things when doing shopping. Probably that they might be motivated by hedonistic rewards. Some shoppers want to optimize their time and are more functional oriented. This means that they are searching to reduce time in the store. They perceive shopping not nice, drudgery, and they want to save time to make shopping efficient and quick in order not to lose time. These are the typical shoppers who work a lot and don't have the time to shop. Uncertainty avoiding customers who go into a shop because they want to reduce psychological risk, as we have already seen. So the only thing they are searching for is information to reassure them that they have done the best choice. So they are probably more motivated by information rewards, because they perceive high cognitive or psychological costs, and therefore they are searching to reduce that. And you have social relational customers who are motivated by the fact to meet other customers or meet also the brand, sales staff, and these customers are clearly more interested by relational rewards. That is why it's important to differentiate the rewards and offer not only monetary rewards, but as we have already seen, immaterial social rewards, immaterial service rewards, immaterial status rewards, privileges, that corresponds to topic orientations. And according to this differentiation, the reward value of the program will perceive differently. So in other words, if you offer money discounts to economic budget optimizing customers, that perceived value will increase. If you offer them uncertain information, probably the value will decrease because they're not searching for information. Or a time optimizing customer, if you offer them functional rewards, that is priority check-ins or check-outs, checkout counters or home deliveries, these are probably rewards that would increase value perception. The output would be then increased loyalty, so there should be an increase in repurchase behavior, but also in attitudinal loyalty, that is a higher resistance against counter-persuasion to competitors' brands. So I hypothesized that if the reward corresponds to intrinsic reinforcement, that is related to the purchase orientation, there should be a positive impact. On the other hand, if the reward corresponds to an extrinsic reinforcement, not related to the purchase orientation, then there should be a negative impact on loyalty. The theory of self-determination is a theory, a motivational theory, which applies quite well to all our behaviors and motivations. Because we have some activities for which we are intrinsically motivated, activities in which we are really interested in, and we do them without any effort, because we like these activities, and they're coherent to our life. And you have extrinsic activities, which we have to do, and we do them for extrinsic motivators, because we don't like the activity, for example, money. So if you work, if we do a job we don't like, the only motivation we do the job is extrinsic motivation, unless we would not do it. It's not really giving us pleasure. So we only do it for money. Whereas if we do a job we like, the intrinsic motivation is quite high. So money becomes secondary. This is what I told you already for the B-factual theory of Herzberg, comes also from human resource management. So some activities give us pleasure, so we're intrinsically motivated and we do it more efficiently. For other activities we're extrinsically motivated, we do it only for an extrinsic motivator. This theory actually comes from the science of pedagogy. So it's Dici and Ryan who invented this theory. They applied it to the motivation of children. Actually, most systems, educational systems, are based on extrinsic motivations. In other words, you're clearly primed in this direction because you're all looking at your marks. The marks are actually the extrinsic motivators that motivate you to work. So you work because you have an examen, and for the examen you need a good mark. If you don't have a good mark, you have a punishment, either by your parents, either by the teacher, either by, if you have to repeat your year, if you have to redouble your year. These children, when they learn on the short term and not on the long term. We're all working only for the examen, and after the examen, 3 weeks or 4 weeks after the examen, we have forgotten everything. And so it's not very efficient in terms of learning. So they did some studies. So one group was stimulated with financial rewards, so the children got money for good marks. In the other groups, they stimulated children with, they tried to make them understand that they learn for life and not for the school. Pleasure, they tried to make them understand why they learn. Because sometimes younger children, they don't know why they learn. The results of the children were stimulated intrinsically, so with really motivation to learning, had better results on the long term than children who are motivated with money. And what they found also is that money or extrinsic motivation destroys long-term motivation. So in other words, if you give money, then the people focus on the money and not on the learning. And they found the same results for sportsmen. So the more you give money, the sports people are focusing on the money and not on the sports challenges itself. How to apply this theory to marketing? Some extrinsic motivators destroy motivation. That is why the loyalty program does not work. So if you're not intrinsically motivated by this reward, then there's actually, in the best case, no effect. But it's also value destruction, because the reward costs money. But if you're intrinsically motivated, then you will have a long-term impact. That is, for consumers engage into a behavior, are motivated on the long term, because actually it is for the activity's sake that they're engaging into the behavior. And that is why the theory is quite used also in marketing. It is important to intrinsically motivate the customer. We tried to test it in empirically between 2003 and 10. We did different surveys. So we started with 2 grocery retailing chains, Leclerc and Intermarché, with a sample of 3,000 customers. Then 1 year later, I managed to do it with Air France. We surveyed passengers at the airport of Toulouse, and we had a sample of 1,300 customers. We replicated it at Itam. Itam is a clothes chain, and we did it at Douglas, which is a perfumery chain with 1,240 customers. Replication actually is very important in science, because we wanted to know if the results of grocery retail hold also in the airline, in the clothes retail, specialized retail, or perfumeries. Then we can really say that the results are similar, the contexts are different, because in grocery retail you're less involved into the purchase act than when you buy a perfume. And so we want to see the sector differences. We used different scales which were established, so with the purchase orientation there are scales that exist, and you can measure them with 20 items. Perceived value, we measured it also with different scales, and purchase behavior, we measured it with an established scale. And we used then the typical tools, so factor analysis, confirmative factor analysis, and structural equation model. This is a summary of all sectors. So actually there are some sector differences, but they're slight. So we can transpose the results to the different sectors. We confirmed our hypothesis for economic orientated shoppers who are valuing discounts when offering economically rewards. You have a significant positive effect on purchase intensity and resistance against counter persuasion. So on the behavioral part of loyalty and the attitudinal part of loyalty. And you have some non-significant effects, for example hedonism, convenience has no impact, information which has an impact. So for this type of customers, if you offer them information about, for example, sales promotions, good deals, and if you offer them good deals and discounts, then they're intrinsically motivated, and this has a positive impact on loyalty. If you offer them relationships and hedonism and convenience, has basically no impact. When targeting these customers, you have to give discounts and how to have these discounts, for example emails showing them the good deals of the week. Social relational shoppers, so those are interested by relationship, privileges, status. So these customers are motivated intrinsically by recognition and relationships. And you can see all the other rewards have basically no impact. You have apathetic customers, who are those interested by functional rewards and rewards that make shopping easier and quicker. So these shoppers are actually interested by convenience benefits. That is, priority check-in at the airport, priority pass-through at the passport control, priority boarding, priority disembarking, rewards that make the consumption easier and quicker are appreciated. In the grocery retail, it concerns priority checkout counters. Self-scanning, where you scan in the store the goods, you come to the checkout counter, you can directly pay without losing any time at the checkout counter. Because they're interested in saving time and they're interested in to make shopping more efficient. So convenience has an important, significant impact. You can see that recognition and relationships has even a negative impact. And also hedonism has a negative impact. So you can have counterproductive effects. The brand store loyal customers are interested by recognition and relationships, but also by information. That is information that shows them that they have done the good choice to decrease cognitive energy. That is, to decrease the risk. They want to be reassured that they have done the good choice. All the other rewards have no impact. And hedonistic customers, there's a positive impact through recognition and relationships, which seem to appear also as a hedonistic reward, but also hedonism and information, more slightly, the necessary information how to participate in games, sweepstakes or other hedonistic experiences. So in summary, differences according to shopping motivations. If the motivation corresponds to an intrinsic motivation, then there's a positive impact on loyalty. If the reward corresponds to an extrinsic motivation, then at best there's no impact, or there might be even a negative impact. So, which shows again the importance of personalization. Because the more you personalize, including the loyalty rewards, the more you have a positive impact on loyalty.
I want the attraction when I'm in the club. I want you to want me 'cause I want your love, baby. I want the attraction when I'm in the club. I want you to want me 'cause I want your love, baby. I want the attraction when I'm in the club. I want you to want